Hey guys, today we're going to start learning about the Pythagorean theorem, which is the whole reason why we've been learning about square roots and cube roots, okay, because we need to learn the opposite operation of exponent of 2 and exponent of 3. So let's go ahead and start it with Pythagorean theorem and what it is. All right, Pythagorean theorem only works with right triangles. If you're given any other type of triangle, you can't use Pythagorean theorem. Okay, right triangles have specific terms that we're going to learn about now within the triangle. So we're going to learn about legs. The legs are always in between this 90-degree angle here. Okay, they're always the shortest and the second shortest side of the triangle. The hypotenuse is always right across from the 90-degree angle. Okay, always across from that 90-degree angle, and it's always the longest side. Okay, we need to be able to label the two legs. The legs are always going to be labeled as A and B. Doesn't matter which one you choose, just label them A and B. And the hypotenuse is always going to be labeled C. Okay. The interesting thing that happens here with a right triangle is that the two legs squared are always equal, when added together, are always equal to the hypotenuse. So let's go ahead and I'll explain that with some examples. All right, remember A and B is always the leg and C is always the hypotenuse. Okay, so this equation reads that the first leg squared plus the second leg squared is going to be equal to the hypotenuse squared. Okay, let's go ahead and find the hypotenuse. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up plugging in what we know to solve for what we don't know. So let's start with the equation. First leg squared plus second leg squared is going to be equal to the hypotenuse squared. 15 and 8 are your two legs. It doesn't matter which one you make A and which one you make B. I'm going to make 15A, 8B. So let's go ahead and enter, and then we're going to solve for C, the hypotenuse. So 15 squared plus 8 squared is equal to C squared. 15 squared is 15 times 15. 15 times 15 is 225. 8 squared is 8 times 8, and 8 times 8 is 64, which is equal to still C squared. Okay, so let's go ahead and add them. 225 plus 64 is equal to 289. Do we have C by itself yet? Nope. How do we undo an exponent of 2? With a square root. The square root of 289 is 17. So the hypotenuse is 17 feet. And there you go. That's all we're going to try and learn today. All right, let's go to example 2. Starting with our base of the legs plus the legs squared is always equal to the hypotenuse squared. Trying to get C by itself still. It doesn't matter which one you make A and which one you make B. I'm going to make 2/5 A, 3/10 B. So 2/5 squared plus 3/10 squared is equal to C squared. Remember, when you're doing a fraction times a fraction, you just multiply straight across. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 5, 25. 3/10. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 times 10 is 100. Equals C squared. In order to add our fractions, we have to have like bases. So I'm going to go through and change 25 times 4 is 100. 4 times 4 is 16. All right, 16 plus 9 is 25. So this will turn to 25 over 100 equals c squared. How do you undo the exponent of 2? You take the square root, and we'll have c equals. Take the square root. The square root of 25 is 5. The square root of 100 is 10. So c is 5/10 inches. All right, let's go to our next example. All right, what happens if you're missing a leg? The process is slightly different, yet still the same. So let's start off with what we do know. We know that the leg squared plus the leg squared is going to be equal to the hypotenuse squared. We're going to set c to 34, and it doesn't matter, it can be a or it can be b. Let's just go ahead and make this b to 16. And we're going to plug it in and solve. Oh, no, it has to be equal to a because it says b right here. Let's go ahead and plug it in and solve for b. So a is 16 squared plus b is missing, b squared equals 34 squared. 16 times 16 is 256 plus b squared equals 34 times 34 is 1,156. Sorry, one second, my pen's being weird. 1,100 1,156. Okay, do we have b by itself? No. So we're going to take away 256, take away 256. If you're asking yourself, how is she knowing how to do this? I'm going through the P, C, SAD, me, and remember, square roots fall under exponents. Okay, there's no parentheses, there's no like terms, there's addition and subtraction here with that 256 plus b squared, so I had to undo that. And now we'll have b squared equals 1,556 minus 256 is 900. And now I'm going into, sorry, not 900. Now I'm going to go into undoing exponents. How do I undo the exponent of 2? With the square root. So b equals the square root of 900 is 30. So this missing leg is 30 yards. All right, example 4. We're missing a. Which one is b? The one that is directly next to the 90 degrees is b. The one across from it is c. So a squared is missing plus 9.6 squared equals 10.4 squared. Okay, going to solve for a now. Any parentheses? No. Like terms? No. Addition, subtraction? Nope, nope. But we have exponents we can do right now. So I'm going to do 9.6 times 9.6 a squared plus 92.16 equals 10.4 times 10.4, 108.16. All right, undo addition. Minus 92.16. A squared equals 108.16 minus 92.16 is 16. How do you undo the exponent of 2? You take the square root, take the square root. A equals 4. So the missing leg is 4 meters. All right, I have 2 problems I want you to try on your own, and then you can go to take that checkpoint. All right, thanks, bye. Oh, on these problems, here's what you should have gotten when you finish. This first one, you should have gotten that the hypotenuse was 15 centimeters. And this last one, you should have got the missing leg is equal to 0.5 meters.